cruelty of crime.
Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back. And I left the background today. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I left the background because I think that these parents should also be in jail. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. It looks like I got the right microphone. Everything's good. I'm a little late, and the reason I'm late is because you guys know, many of you guys know. Well, first of all, come on in, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. All right. Now listen. So sorry I'm a little late. Many of you guys know that I have another house. I have two houses. I have a house and then I have a rental property house on the same lot, essentially. Well, I got home and the lovely ladies that are renting out the house started a fire, and the stove was coming up with flames. They called me. I got a fire extinguisher and I put it out. Anyway, that's why I'm late. I had to put a fire out in my other house, literally, and I was covered in white soot from the fire. The fire was bad. The flames were from the floor up. The flames were crazy right now. So anyhow, I put the fire out, went and took a shower to get all that soot off of me. Everybody's good, and I'm here. And I want to tell you about tomorrow. Yeah, Jay literally putting out fires. I literally put out a fire, and there's always more. Now listen, I did not know that Chris Stearns was going to even call in on Friday, which is crazy. It's so crazy that Chris called in, and I'm so glad at the information that he told us. Now listen, when we have an unexpected interview like that, it always kind of gets left to where there's questions. And boy, does Chris and Deborah still have questions. Now, I didn't reach out to anybody. I saw that we got almost 20,000 views on that video. So I clipped the Chris Stearns video out and I made it into 30 minutes. You guys watch it tomorrow. Chris has given me so much information. I've got 17 pages. And Ashton, if you're out here, Ashton, Chris Stearns answered your question. And many of you guys had questions for Chris on the comment section in the other video, and they answered. Chris and Deborah, I have so many pages of answers that you guys aren't gonna freaking believe what Chris has to say. And why they're talking now? Why they're talking now is because they can, and Stefan is already convicted. They can say whatever they want, and trust me, you guys are not gonna want to miss this tomorrow live with me, what you're about to hear. All right, so there's a lot of things, and they're only talking to me. Chris and Deb are only talking to me, which means next interview, once we get more answers, you guys are going to get that first, just like you got Chris first. And Chris is not talking to anyone else, no other channels. They only trust me, and rightfully so. I've been talking to them for months, and I've never said anything that they've told me. So tomorrow we're scheduled 4 p.m. for another episode of Madeline Soto to answer the questions that Chris wanted to answer that you guys had in chat. But today, parents prime suspects Emmanuel Haro missing. Police raid the home again just last night. And so I left those bars up because guess what? I think they belong there, and especially the father of Emmanuel, having that background, I think that he absolutely took the life of little Emmanuel, and the mom and him are covering it up. And I think she's abused. I think she's a victim of abuse. But we're going to go through all this today. So anyway, mods, thank you for being here. Chat, thank you for being here. Trolls, thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button. All views are good views. But we won't put up with nonsense. So please, if there's any dumb nonsense trolls, we're talking about a little 7-month-old baby today. And I do not want to mix that up with anything else in this entire world except for little Emmanuel Haro. Now, you guys know I'm in California. I'm in the Bay Area of California, and I used to live down south. I'm very familiar with San Bernardino, which this case is in. So do me a favor, hit that like button. Come on in. Let's chat. Tomorrow's a totally different topic. Yeah, trolls smash the like. Anybody smash the like, but don't come in here with nonsense because I'll just knock you out of my chat. All right? All we care about is justice for baby Emmanuel. You got that right, Sassy Theory. So there's a lot going on. A lot of you guys are probably seeing a bunch of other channels streaming it, but not the way we do here on Guilty of Crime. All right? This is the first day I've been able to cover it. Coco says, I'm 20 minutes for you. This is the first day I'm able to cover it. So I'm leaving that up there. We're going to start off with what happened. And I got to tell you guys, these parents keep on using baby Emmanuel in the past tense. All right. It's bad. It's bad. Like, I don't even know how they can get away with this. All right. So 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro from Yucaipa, California. Obviously, everybody's talking about it. Circumstances surrounding it says that this is a hoax kidnapping as investigators dig deeper, literally digging for a body, inconsistencies in the parents' accounts, and troubling criminal history of Emmanuel Haro's father. Now, little Emmanuel, 7 months old, missing August 14, 2025. Rebecca and Jake Haro, mother and father, all right? 2 hoaxers, in my opinion. I don't believe Emmanuel's any longer alive. Now, 7 months old, he went missing. All right. Rebecca claims that she was attacked while changing his diaper in the parking lot on Yucaipa Boulevard. She says she was knocked unconscious and Emmanuel was kidnapped by an unknown man. And of course, we're going to blame the unknown person and say that they're Hispanic because they said, hola. I'm not buying it. No vehicle description was provided, no witnesses, no video, nothing. All right. So Big 5, cameras everywhere, street cameras, but yet they found nothing. Nah. That ain't jiving. Now, next day, October 15th, 16th, investigation begins. Police search the area and interview family members. Authorities note inconsistencies in Rebecca's timeline and events of physical evidence, as well as both parents talking about Emmanuel in the very past tense. Search warrant was executed at the parents' home, and last night they went back in. All right, now August 17th, that was yesterday, criminal history of Jake Haro emerges. Now, did you know he was convicted in 2023 for willful child cruelty? Now, he was arrested in June 2024 for felon in possession of a firearm. Currently, he's on probation, guys, and allowing law enforcement to search his property without a warrant. Now they have one. They came back with a warrant. Community members and online express outrage about him as a felon and point directly at him and mother, Rebecca and Jake. Now, today, we're on the 18th. Mother stops cooperating. Now, you know they've lawyered up. Investigators announced that Rebecca's no longer cooperating. The search is still intensifying, and authorities admit that they can't rule out foul play, but they are looking at the parents as the number one suspect. A vigil was held by neighbors in support of Emmanuel. I'm going to show you that. Who's involved? Emmanuel, missing infant, last seen August 14th, but was that really the last time he was seen? Mother Rebecca and Jake claim kidnapping. All right. Law enforcement are searching and unable to confirm that kidnapping occurred. Hence, there was no Amber Alert. All right. Current status, Emmanuel's still missing. No suspects have officially been named. Law enforcement will not issue an Amber Alert, and the community demands answers. And that's where we leave off. All right. So what I'm going to start off real quick is the detective searching the home last night, and then we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to talk about the eye being punched, the black eye, and the different stages of a black eye, and why her eye looked like it was black from before, and what is going on with this case, and why does this keep happening? All right. We're going to get into all that. I know you guys have been watching it on other channels and you have questions. And as soon as I present what I have to you, I'll be able to answer those questions for you. All right. So I appreciate you guys being here. Let's just take a look at the detectives searching the home last night of baby Emmanuel and the janky parents.
Right now, there are several new developments in the search for this missing baby boy. Now, his mother first told deputies that she was attacked and that her baby was kidnapped from a parking lot in Yucaipa. But now, investigators say she's not been able to keep her story straight. NBC4's Lauren Coronado was live in our newsroom with how deputies are responding this.
All right. And you're right, Kel. You're right. A lot of you guys are seeing a lot of things, commenting. I appreciate you. I'm going to get through all of it, but absolutely, she was asking about the security cameras long before that happened. She was asking because, yeah, she said there was an incident and she wanted to check the cameras. If that's not premeditating a crime, I don't know what is. Also, in this day and age with all the cameras, with this day and age with all the analysis, with this day and age with not being at a vigil and lying and the abuse and the background and the family speaking, 222, say a prayer that little Emmanuel is found and his body is brought home. I do not believe that Emmanuel will be found alive. Again, I don't like to take your hope away, but that's just how it is. He's been gone for too long at that age, and the parents right out the gate started saying things about their baby that was not so favorable. I don't like that.
Morning.
Lynette, a spokesperson for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, tells us the couple's 2-year-old was taken by Riverside Child Protective Services over the weekend. And just last night, detectives were at the family's home in Cabazon. This was just after 7 o'clock last night. Witnesses say they saw detectives talking with the missing baby's father right outside the home. Also last night, as the search continues for 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, community members came together for a vigil demanding answers.
And of course the family wasn't there. Why? Because they're hiding. And what's up, you guys? Rolly Kitchen Chair, Levy Jane, thanks for covering this. Absolutely. Where else would I be with who else? Although I still could be cleaning up that fire, I decided to come here because there's fires to put out here as well. All right. So they're searching the house. They're doing their due diligence. And a lot of this stuff is speculation. So, Emily, you speculate that you believe. I'm going to get into that. You're absolutely right. I'm going to more than speculate that he's abusive because the records say that. We're also going to talk about the black eye that was not so black that day and the different stages of a bruise. And that bruise was not from that day. You're right. That was an older bruise. And I'll show you why. Thank you guys for being patient and letting me get to my point.
This was at Big 5 Sporting Goods in Yucaipa, where Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca Haro, says she was attacked in the parking lot Thursday, knocked unconscious, and woke up to find baby Emmanuel missing. Our team spoke with Rebecca Friday.
I don't remember nothing. I got up off.
Now, remember, we're going to see this quite a few times playing here. What's up, Wild Wanderer? Good to see you, my crime crew pal. What's up? All right, so we're gonna, every time we watch it, we'll catch something different because every clip keeps playing it. I don't know nothing. And then they talk about, and look at that eye. We're gonna get into that also. Then they use the baby in the past tense from day one. Yeah, that's absolutely an old black guy. I'm gonna show you why in a minute.
The floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
Rebecca has not spoken publicly since, and apparently she's not saying much to detectives either.
Yucaipa. I'm doing my best here. Yucaipa. That's how I'm going to say it. All right. Doesn't matter. Yucaipa, California, near San Bernardino.
A spokesperson for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says last week detectives confronted Rebecca with inconsistencies to her initial statement, and she declined to continue with an interview. Now, a national children's...
What a beautiful baby, you guys. This is terrible. Yucaipa. Is that what it is? Yucaipa. All right. Everybody says a little different. Yucaipa is what I'm going to say. All right. So near San Bernardino, Yucaipa. Yes, he's on probation for child abuse. You're absolutely right. Under your scars. That's what we're getting into next. Did you guys know that the police were back out there last night searching the home again? Yucaipa. That's how I'm going to say it, guys. All right.
The Advocacy and Violence Prevention Group says it's calling off its search for the baby and pulling its reward offer. This after Rebecca's story began changing and after...
Now, look, they also had a 2-year-old. Yucaipa. Everyone's saying Yucaipa. That's a... Yeah, I don't know, guys. I read it the same each one. Everyone that says it, I read it the same way. Yucaipa, that's how I'm going to say it, all right? Doesn't matter. We're focusing on Emmanuel Haro and finding him. I'm going to say it the way you got Yucaipa. That's not Yucaipa. See, everyone's saying something different. Now, the baby's 7-month-old. They also have a 2-year-old that's been taken away from them. All right. You guys are silly. That is not a super chat, Jules, but thank you. $2 from Jules. You're funny. That is not a thing, but thank you. I read it. Yucaipa. That's what it says, guys. What am I missing? You guys are all saying the same thing. You guys are literally all saying the same thing in different ways. So that's it. Yucaipa. I don't know, you guys. It's the baby that we're here for, right? Yucaipa. Now you're saying the CI is a KI? It's Yucaipa. I didn't say it any different, weirdos. Yeah, come on. Let's get into it, guys. This is not... I'm going to say Yucaipa, and that's how I'm reading it, okay? All right, let's continue this. 2-year-old's taken away, and it's taken away because the father has a criminal history of child abuse, and they're lying to the law enforcement, in my opinion, all right?
Emmanuel's 2-year-old sister was removed again from the Haro home by CPS. Of course, if you have any information about where the baby is, or if you saw something at Big 5 in Yucaipa last Thursday, police want to hear from you.
All right, guys, it's Yucaipa, and that's what I'm going to say it. Yucaipa. I got it. Thank you. I think that was probably the best one, but I'm listening to the news to say Yucaipa. Yucaipa. I got you. I'm from California, guys. Don't say the paw part. Yucaipa. Okay, Yucaipa. Whatever. It doesn't matter, guys. Yucaipa. I got it. All right, now listen. Let's just get right into it. They searched the house last night. All right, let's take a look at this because everybody's throwing it in my chat that the dad has a felony. Yes, he does. Father of missing California baby has felony child cruelty conviction, which leads me to believe that he also has been abusing his wife, the baby's mom. And I do believe he abused both the children, including the baby, Emmanuel. His life was taken, and he asked her to corroborate the story. Okay, corroborate the story. And I know locals get it wrong all the time. It's all good, guys. All right, we want to get to the story. It's no big deal. I'm going to probably say it different times, but let's talk about the father's felony charges and why they're looking so hard. Now, it says, as new details emerge, kidnapped 7-month-old boy in San Bernardino County. Authorities reported they've taken the couple's 2-year-old and they searched the home with cadaver dogs, guys. A cadaver dog is looking for something that is no longer alive, a person that is no longer alive. While independent group devoted to finding kids has withdrawn its offered reward and suspended its search efforts. On August 14th, Rebecca Haro, the boy's mother, initially told investigators that she left her husband, Jake Mitchell Haro, and their 2 children at a local park where one of the boys was having football practice to go purchase a mouth guard for him. All right. And hence this story. She says, I came over there, parked on the edge. When I was driving over, I smelled the baby, had went to the bathroom. I said, don't worry, we're going to change you. After parking, Rebecca claimed she laid the baby down next to the car seat. The last thing she said was she remembers hearing a stranger's voice before she was attacked. She says, I was going to get a diaper and someone said, hola, and I don't remember anything else. All right. Now, officials with both the Riverside and San Bernardino County sheriffs deployed canine units and helicopters during an extensive manhunt, which was unsuccessful because if this is a hoax, they already got rid of baby Emmanuel. All right. Now, Amber Alert was never issued because it didn't meet the criteria, as you know, and there's no suspect or vehicle description. Okay. So there you go. There's some of the pictures. There's the parents had out there. Again, we're going to talk about that black eye that just doesn't jive. All right. Fake wiping tears. All right. I don't see any tears, but I see a lot of eyes being wiped. Sheriff Investigator said when confronted with inconsistencies, Rebecca refused to continue speaking to authorities, and the grandmother, who believes the couple is innocent, said investigators asked Rebecca to take a lie detector, but her husband, Jake, refused the request until they had a lawyer present. So I already see him with his thumb on her, controlling the narrative. All right. Now, Riverside County Superior Court records show that Jake has a 2023 June felony conviction for child cruelty from a 2018 arrest in Hemet, the Orange County Register reported. He was sentenced to 180 days in jail and 48 months of probation, which he's still on. He's scheduled to appear in court early September for an alleged probation violation. While friends and family launched search efforts on Friday, authorities on Saturday reportedly searched the couple's home and brought along a cadaver dog, as we talked about. All right. Now, as this important point in this investigation, they're unable to rule out foul play, and the parents continue to plead. Let me see. Let me put this on real quick. Let me see if I got the right thing. Let's take a look at this.
Seeing the 7-month-old who was reported missing by his mother in San Bernardino County.
I agree.
And tonight, investigators saying they cannot rule out foul play in his disappearance. The boy's mother says that she was attacked Thursday in the parking lot of a Big Five in Yucaipa, and that the attacker took off with her baby.
Now, deputies say there are inconsistencies with her account of what happened. KTLA5 Sarah Welsh joins us live in San Bernardino with the latest on this story. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Clark, good evening. Investigators say when they confronted Rebecca Haro about inconsistencies within her initial statement that she refused to continue any questioning. And tonight, the grandmother has confirmed to us that the couple is no longer cooperating with investigators and has lawyered up just hours after they made that desperate public plea for their son's safe return.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Where is 7-month-old Emmanuel? His parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, say someone kidnapped their baby outside this Big Five in Yucaipa after assaulting Rebecca Haro and knocking her out cold.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said hola. And
She said, somebody said hola. This reminds me of Sherry Papini, guys. Sherry Papini kidnapped herself essentially and blamed it on 2 Hispanic women. All right. This is not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Imagine law enforcement trying to narrow down mom actually got a shiner. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. That shiner does not match. And it's the worst acting except for Jen Soto. Although you guys are going to be a little bit wild when you hear some things. You say his dumbass sounds like Stephen Stearns with that baby voice. Ooh, that's a good one. Listen for that. Ooh,
didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor.
My ass.
And I didn't see Emmanuel.
Haro says she was parked in front of the store about to change her son's diaper when someone came up behind and assaulted her. She claims she was struck in the face, but wasn't able to get a look at who did it before they took off with her son. But investigators say there are inconsistencies with Haro's initial statement, and because of that, they cannot rule out foul play.
They're not going to hurt that baby. That couple were just home buddies.
The baby's grandmother is adamant the couple is innocent. She says Emmanuel is her daughter's pride and joy and that she waited years to have a baby boy of her own. The grandmother also says investigators asked her daughter to take a lie.
And again, just because the grandma says that, we gotta think the grandma's just this older lady filled with love and innocence about the family. I do not believe any of this they're saying. And next, we're gonna find out why. All right. Everyone does not agree. Many people don't agree with grandma. Other family members talk. And this record of this guy shows me that he's abusive, that he abused probably both children and his wife.
A detector test, but her husband said no until they had a lawyer.
She's just going crazy, she can't handle it anymore.
She says her daughter is receiving death threats and her 2-year-old has been removed from the home. As the search for baby Emmanuel goes on 48 hours after his mother claims someone ran off with him.
BS, man, BS.
And we have learned tonight that the baby's father does have a criminal record. And the grandmother told us that investigators were out at the couple's home in Cabazon, searching the home with cadaver dogs and also digging up parts of the property. We tried to reach out to San Bernardino County investigators for any information on that, but they aren't taking any more questions today. Meantime, they are asking anyone with any information about this case, anyone with any...
Yeah, guys, they're not going to be searching someone's house and digging up somebody's house if they don't have really strong evidence to point to them. All right. I just want to tell you that they're not going to waste their resources on any of that. Trust me. And what's up, Thought Criminal? How you doing? Good to see a bunch of you guys new here. Any old time grandma defends her son who offed his girlfriend and staged it to look like she offed herself in prison for 50 years. Grandma's kids can do no wrong. Absolutely. That I agree. King Tula. I'm not white. I live in Lake Arrowhead. Are you guys getting we're talking about Hispanics and stuff like that. Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
Information on the whereabouts of baby Emmanuel.
Of course, reach out. I want to see.
Meantime, community activists came together today for a national day of action.
All right. What we're going to get to before anything else is I want to get into the SF Investigate so I can show you and read to you about the things that are happening in the Black Eye, for instance. All right. So let's talk about that for a bit. You guys know where we are headed with this. Now, I want to break this down a little. SF Investigates. This is X I'm on. It says, even if Emmanuel Haro's mother is wearing makeup, the bruising appears to be breaking up and dissipating more like you would expect to see in a 5+ day range post-injury. All right, so let's look at this a little bit closer because we just saw this, Mom. We just saw her pleading, no tears. The way she worded it over and over and over, both mother and father talked about little Emmanuel in the past tense. Yes, Jamie, it's a healing, and he's a lefty, and it's her right eye. And I was looking for the same things. When someone has a right hand and they're hitting somebody like that, or they're hitting someone like that, you can tell what comes from where, whose hand and what side. I mean, right? This is what forensic does, but it's just also common sense. All right, so let's take a look at her injury, and then we'll get into a lot more things. Voices carry. Her whole story is sus. I don't believe any of it. Yeah, look at that. I mean, let's look at it further. All right, so let's look at this Black Eye. There's no way. This is literally her waking up and pleading for her baby with this ridiculous bruise. That here's the color stages of bruising. Here's her bruise. This would be within 24 hours of an injury, and we got light tone, medium skin. I love how it's broken down. 1 to 2 days, it's a lot blacker. 5 to 10 days, it starts to look a lot like this, doesn't it? Now you go 5 to 10 days and you mix that between 10 to 14, and you've got a mix between these two. So this was not, in my opinion, guys, this was not that day of her being hit by some Hispanic person that said, hola, bam, I'm going to take your baby. Hola, peace out. That's it, right? in my opinion, this is completely wrong and completely foul and completely ridiculous for anyone to even believe this. All right. This is just like ridiculousness. So that doesn't even make sense to me. Right. And a lot of other people are saying that as well. Late stages of healing, and they're comparing. All right. Look at this again. Let's take a look at it a little bit further. Look at somebody here bruising after rhinoplasty. Hopefully you guys can see this. Take a look at the healing. You guys know how that goes. You go from the left side all the way to the right, and you can see how the different colors disappear. All right. This is a very polite attacker, right? And this is in Yucaipa, however you say that, Yucaipa, California. Okay. All right. So let's take a look real quick back at this and look at the stages of healing. As a matter of fact, she could have even had one right here from earlier on in the weeks before. But this is not from that day. I'll tell you that right now. All right. I also want to take a look at some of what SF investigates here. Looks different now than she did years ago. Interesting. Yeah, JLR is all over it, but I wanted to look at SF investigates because he's got some really good information here. That's that. Okay, let's look at this. We're gonna look at the charges now. All right, Jay, did she give herself a black eye? No, she did not give herself a black eye, in my opinion. In my opinion, the black eye came from an earlier injury from her husband, and we're gonna go over the records right now. All right, we're gonna go over those right now. Good to see you, Tink. Yeah, the end of her nose looks covered in both eyes. Look like she got punched, but it looks like it was from an earlier injury. All right. In my opinion, it was. She was seen with that black eye around the beginning of August, and that makes sense. This is all speculation. And welcome, Debbie, forward to a new subscriber. Shout out to you for being here. Now let's look at the dad's records. All right. That exactly. Ding, ding, ding. That bruise happened at least 2 weeks prior to this. That was not from that day. And absolutely, I'm gonna bet $100 that it was from the husband. And now we're gonna take a look at this post together. Listen, these are some of the charges that involving missing baby Emmanuel Haro's father, Jake Haro, has. He was convicted in 2023 of willful child cruelty and is currently awaiting trial on charges of felony in possession of a firearm stemming from June 2024 arrest. Haro remains on probation, which means law enforcement does not need a search warrant for his property or belongings as a condition of his probation. He's a subject to a search anytime. All right, now let's take a look together at what his charges are. All right. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm connecting the two. I'm going to go on a limb and say that Jake Haro punched his wife in the face weeks ago as it was healing, and that he took that little boy's life. I'm going to say that he took Emmanuel's life and they staged and they hoaxed a kidnapping. All right. And we haven't even got into all the interviews yet. She absolutely looks terrified. She's shaking. She's lying, but she's not crying. And she's looking at him for approval. You're absolutely right. I don't think he's an RSO. We're going to look at it right now. I'll pull myself down and let's take a look at this closely together. All right. Now, here you go. What happens when you get a felony? They're going to look at, it won't go any bigger. I'm sorry, but let's take a look. All right, this is Jake Haro, guys. This is a felony. This is his felony report. Case status was filed October 5th, 2021. Okay, now look at this. People versus Jake. All right, Hemet Police Department. He had a $35,000 bail, ended up posting $50,000. This guy is a felony. He has a felony complaint. People of state of California. This is his record. You can see it down here. He got arrested. You tell me, this guy got willful child cruelty. All right? Willful child cruelty. He's a convicted felon, not just a convicted felon for beating up his wife or getting in a bar fight. He's literally in there for willful child cruelty, right? He got in, got out. He's on probation. He got sentenced, fines and fees, 180 days. It's a state prison in June 2023, 72 months suspended, and probation, formal sentencing, 48 months. All right. So we're looking at that. And then we're going to look at the next one here. He's got some more. He's got a felony here, July 10th, 2024. And this is from his weapons charge, okay? This one is he was not supposed to have a weapon, but he did. He got $10,000 bail and he posted. All right. Convicted felon and narcotic addict own or possesses a firearm. Felon and narcotic addict own or possession firearm. It doesn't say anything about him being an RSO, guys. So if that's a suspicion, let me know. If it's real, let me know if you have a link to back that up. All right. So he's a convicted felon. He's and narcotic addict owned. He can't possess a firearm. He did. Got another charge. Prohibited person to own a firearm. Pled not guilty. And it was a felony charge. Now he's on probation. All right. So this is good stuff to see why we're tying this together. Now, what was the willful child cruelty? That's him abusing his children. We're going to get into that. Willful child cruelty can mean he took his child's leg and bent it back. It could mean he took his child's arm and bent it back. It could mean they went to the hospital and found suspicious and he abused a child. Now the 2-year-old's also taken away from them, okay? All right, let's keep going. All right, what's up, Cyrus? Is it Cyrus? Cyrus? I don't know. What's up? Suspicion of dealing drugs to bail out at yeah, it's all sus. How many kids does he have? So the what I know now is he has a 2-year-old that got taken away and a 7-month-old that is missing. All right. So let's keep looking at. Let's see what else we've found on here, and then we'll get to anything up to date. All right. So here it is. Make sure you feed him and change him. The kidnapping story isn't even close to adding up. There's a reason there's no vehicle description for an Amber Alert because there was no kidnapping. There's no description when there's no kidnapping. All right. I think we just saw this one, but let me double check. Hold on. Oh, I do not like these, the ones with the ads. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to here. All right, let's see. Anything else? Silver alert. No. Okay, what I'm going to do next then is let's get caught up even more. I'm going to do Evil Exists because it's going to talk and show you about all this right now. All right. Let's take a look. All right. Listen, Emmanuel Haro not seen on football field game. Father bruised knuckles and aunt confirmed special needs. All right, let's get into it, guys.
The feeling is telling me that the parents of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro know more than they're saying. There are enough red flags with the father's past, and also police say there are inconsistencies in the mother's version. That alone raises questions. Her black eye looks old, at least a couple.
All right, guys, so we don't have anything that's in chat. If someone's telling you that when they were in the car, something happened to the baby on the way over there, that is not confirmed. That's not confirmed by any means. But what is likely is that this Jake guy is an abuser. He's a classic abuser. He's got a felony for abusing a child back in 2021. All right. So in the car, I don't think anything happened. I think this happened 2 weeks prior, not the taking of the life, but the bruises. And they use this story to get them out of them saying the dad abused. Yes, cadaver dogs are absolutely confirmed. Anything that I've said today is absolutely confirmed, unless I'm saying that it's speculation, which is speculation about the eye, right? We can only speculate about a bruise. But when you tie the two together, what we're saying is that baby was not spotted that day. He was spotted much earlier, number one. Number two, we know this guy's an abusive guy. Number three, cadaver dogs were out there. Number four, they searched the house again last night. Number five, their stories aren't adding up. Number six, They didn't put out any kind of Amber Alert because there was nothing to put out, because they didn't catch a damn thing on video, because it didn't happen, in my opinion. All right, now let's go.
Of days old, as it's already on its way to healing. Doesn't appear to be swollen and red, like it just happened. What is really suspicious, though, is that the parents went into the Big Five store the day before Emmanuel was reported missing, and asked a cashier if there were cameras in
the day before. The parents go into Big Five and ask the cashier if they have cameras that can X, Y, and Z. In my opinion, this is a complete hoax. And obviously the abuse was a 2-year or older child, not the toddler. There'd be no way, because there was only, the baby was 2 and the other one was 7 months. So listen, this was from 2021, the willful child abuse. It couldn't have been the 2-year-old, because the 2-year-old didn't exist in 2021. So there's even more abuse to speak about, and premeditation, and she's not the only baby mama. All right, so let's keep going. I know you guys are eager, and I appreciate your eagerness, and all the new people in chat. Hoax all the way through. Thank you, guys. Please hit that like button. It helps your girl from Guilty of Crime to get in the algorithm, all right? I see a lot of new people here, and it's free to hit that like button.
Parking lot. They made up an excuse that their car was broken into the week before. We all know they were scouting an area to stage an abduction on the baby.
Yup, there you go.
It's very concerning, and I am so worried for Emmanuel's safety. As the hours pass by, more information is coming out, and many are noticing that Emmanuel didn't appear to be as healthy as the parents claimed him to be. He seems zoned out in all the pictures, and online sleuths believe more was going on than just a squint eye. The sister has now been removed from the home by social services. The father's sister spoke out, admitting that Emmanuel is special needs and late in development, but didn't elaborate any further. This case gets even more shocking, as Rebecca was at the game watching her son and stepson when she claims she left with Emmanuel to go to the Big Five to buy a mouthguard for her son. However, Jake's ex-wife disputes this claim, saying that she didn't see Emmanuel at the football game. It seems that the lies are slowly unraveling. If Emmanuel wasn't at the football game, then this...
All right, so this is the time where we can speculate about this. If he was not at the game, and the day before, these people were literally doing this, all right? Literally... Oh, hold on. Oh, my God, hold on. All right, we're going to get to that next. There's also currently a stakeout. Now, how old was the child at the football practice? I don't know. They're not releasing a lot of things. So if you guys can answer that, you can. The cameras on the drive from the football field, the Big Five will have Rebecca in the cameras as well as the traffic light. Of course. Yeah. This is all speculation again. So I'm trying to get out the facts while y'all speculate. I do appreciate your speculation and the chat. And I'm about to gift some memberships. We have not gifted any memberships today, and I'm very surprised. Yeah, it's absolutely free to subscribe. You just got to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a damn thing to subscribe and hit the like button. I am going to gift memberships right now. I feel weird that we're not gifting memberships. Where are all my... Am I missing something, or did you guys gift memberships? You did? Nothing showing up right now. That's so weird, guys. We have 600 people in chat, and I don't see anything going on. I'm going to give some memberships too. Lady for Justice, thank you. Nothing on my end is showing up. All right. Yeah, nothing showing up, Synth, I promise. But thank you. I'm sorry about that. It must be it's got to be StreamYard. All right, let's get into this. I'll gift memberships too, and thank you to anybody that has.
The entire thing is a lie. Where is that baby? And what really happened to him? Others are pointing out Jake's knuckles, saying that they appear bruised and dark in color.
I'm Emmanuel's aunt, Emmanuel Haro. Some of you may know about what's going on. He was abducted last night in front of the Big Five. Now, there are stories going around.
Now, listen, this is the family addressing some of the rumors. There's people that stick up for the family, and there's people that don't. You can clearly see this is Esme Haro. All right. What's up, muzzled witness? You say, I'm home. I remember you, Chief Rocca. Chat is flying. There's 600 people in chat, and I love every second of it. Let's keep going. She does sound high AF.
Some of you have fabricated, and I'm just on here just to tell you guys what transpired. So my sister-in-law and my brother, they were at my older nephew's football practice, and he needed a new mouth guard. So instead of taking everybody, my sister-in-law opted to go, and she only took the baby, which is Emmanuel. And when she got there, she realized the baby had went to the bathroom in his diaper. So as any mom would, which is crazy because a lot of you women are judging her for even changing a baby's diaper in the car, which is.
Do me a favor, guys. I'm sorry about that. Something's wrong with StreamYard today, and so I'm not seeing your super chats, super stickers, memberships. I just gifted 5 memberships, and that's what came up below. So for some reason, StreamYard and YouTube are being crazy. And yes, she did say my only nephew, and she said it really slow. It looked like it, but that's weird. All right. Heads up, past tense for those family members. We're going to get into that. And right now, they're doing a stakeout to arrest these people. We're gonna watch that next together.
Mind-boggling, because if there's no bathroom, you're gonna do what you have to do to take care of your child one way or another. She's a great mother, so everything you guys are saying about her, first of all, you don't know her, and
older nephew.
Show some compassion. Like she just had her son taken from her.
BS.
And also,
BS.
back to what I was saying. So she realized that he had went to the bathroom on himself. Of course, he's a baby, and she laid him down in the back. Her back was turned. She was about to change him. She was getting everything prepared, and she felt like a tap on her shoulder. She turned around, and all she heard was "Hola," and before she could even see this person, acknowledge this person.
Again, I truly believe that what they did was use that "hola" as a way to kind of describe somebody Hispanic taking the baby. All right. So she acted like "hola," and then one punch, and she's laid on the ground and knocked out, doesn't see anything. Yeah, she could have, but why would she have staked out the store the day before? Why would she go in the store on camera and ask the people if they have cameras to look in the parking lot? All right. What's up, guys? Love this place. Authentic people, rare and priceless. Thank you, Jay. You're absolutely welcome. All right. Thank you for being here.
Person, whatever the case may be, he socked her in the face, and she ended up blacking out. He knocked her out, and she fell to the floor. And next thing you know, as she came to, she woke up. She was looking around for the baby. The baby was gone. She started panicking, screaming, crying. She called the police. She ran into Big 5 to see if they had cameras outside or if anybody had witnessed anything. And nobody apparently didn't see anything. And then there's no cameras outside. We're so baffled because how are there no cameras outside? Like, in case
there's gotta be cameras outside, guys. There's gotta be. Yeah, she says she got punched in the face and she fell to the floor. Makes no sense, especially when you look at that bruise. Next, we're going to go into the real quickly about the arrest record just an hour ago, where police are absolutely looking at Jake, and they're absolutely not believing these past tense people's story, right? We're going to call them past tense people because it's a lie. If it doesn't add up, it's a lie, all right? If it doesn't make sense, it's a lie. This lady doesn't even know probably that she's lying for these damn people. All right. Doesn't even make sense. They were building their narrative. I wonder how many other stores they went into to find out if they had cameras. That's good because the police are building a case against them right freaking now.
It's like this, like, what are people supposed to do? Sorry. So after that,
okay, so this is all scripted in my opinion, and we're going to move on very soon to the raid, to the report, and to why I think and law enforcement, in my opinion, yes, Sweet Butter, raided. That's what we're doing right now. Raided. Hold on, just give me a chance to get there, okay? Now, what I'm saying here is that they're lying. They build a narrative. They build a story. And right now, police are looking squarely at Jake Haro and all those lies. And I'm going to bet you $100 that that guy did something to abuse the baby, took his life, and then his wife put a story together with him. And we're going to find all this out very soon. All right. They're not going to get away with it like Jen Soto. You guys are going to be surprised, though, when I talk to you about Jen Soto tomorrow. Oh, all right. Anyway, scripted AF.
my brother told me that he had realized that his wife wasn't back because by that time it was already 8 o'clock and she had left around 7. And he said that he ended up calling her and she picked up the phone and she was hysterical and he couldn't even understand her. So the police
both the parents, both speaking past tense on day one. We loved how good of a boy he was. He was so good. Like, I mean, everything about it says hoax. You look at the black guy, you look at what she says about being knocked out. No way, no how that happened.
I took the phone from her,
in my opinion,
and told my brother what had transpired. And he had his ex-wife there because, you know, they had a son together. And his ex-wife and her boyfriend ended up driving my brother to Big 5. And
I know.
Ever since then, we've been looking for Emmanuel. We've been giving out flyers. People came out.
Now, a lot of people, Sandra, I respect your opinion. A lot of people are saying that the little boy was trafficked. In my opinion and in my experience, he wasn't trafficked. He was abused to death. And they did something with his little body. They buried him somewhere, and we're going to find out what happened. I do not believe that they sold him whatsoever, not even one little iota. I think that they absolutely abused him to death, and that was all he could take. And here we are. All right. And shout out to Robin, Lynn Griffith, newbie, and subbed up. My favorite kind of person. All right. What's wrong with all these damn people here?
Pray for us. Pray for Emmanuel. It's been a very hard time for our family. I haven't slept. My brother hasn't slept. We just want him back. And there is a lot of discussion on whether my nephew is special needs. He is late in development.
Now, again, how do you know about a 7-month-old that was never diagnosed and you come on there and you start calling this kid special needs? Was he or was he not special needs? And was the special needs a reason in the back of their mind that they abused him to death? Was he a late developer and they're expecting him to, you give him tummy time, and when they put him on tummy time, maybe he didn't do what they wanted, or he was late in development and they were getting pissed off because he wasn't letting them know the signs of when he was hungry, or maybe he was breastfeeding and he wasn't doing something that led up to that. Has to do with his special development and the lazy eye. I feel like, again, it's like victim blaming, like saying something's wrong with him and so it's okay, like them justifying that it's okay for that to happen to him because he's special needs, because that should play no part in a 7-month-old baby at all whatsoever. None of it. None of that belongs in this equation.
But as far as we know, the doctors say that he's in great health. He's fine. He just has a lazy eye, and that made him more beautiful than anybody I knew, because I loved him.
I loved
it didn't
him.
matter what he looked like.
I loved him so
And
much.
I know he's going to come back to us, and with your continued prayers and your you uplifting us, I know he'll come back, and whoever took him here, I can't even say what you are on this app, but
Oh, I can see what happened there. Thank you, Tink, for the $9.99. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate your fact-based, intelligent coverage. I appreciate you. I cannot wait to get into the next portion of this. I want you guys to know from the very beginning what I think happened was that this abusive piece of trash came together with this lady that was also being abused and abusing her children and allowing this piece of trash to abuse their children. Now their 7-month is no longer with us on this planet. Their 2-month-old was taken away, and now they're doing this. And they're pointing at other people until we get them together or separate without a lawyer. Okay? That's what I think. Thank you guys for your support. Love you guys. This lady, why do they even what?
just give him back. He needs his family.
He does need his family, and you should tell your brother that they should tell him where they buried the body, because in my opinion, that little boy is no longer with us, guys. No longer with us. Now I want to take a look at the stakeout, because I want to get ahead of this. This just happened, or it's actually happening right now, and I am going to jump onto JLR. Now, there's a Hispanic JLR that you guys have been seeing. This Hispanic JLR everyone's called is in the Tyro, and it's a Hispanic guy out in the field. Well, I'm going to go with JLR because I don't know that guy. Anyway, this happened 45 minutes ago, right? There's a stakeout. I'm not going to hear, come in, stakeout, but I'll give you a little bit of that.
Warrants out there. Maybe they're there to do their own looking around for this child, feeling that the child could be around the house because there's a lot of land around where they live. Now I'm going to share with you the stakeout and all the people out there. There's lots of people out there, folks.
And that's happening right now. That's why I hopped on this. So let's go.
Emmanuel Haro's house. There's a news car. One of them is left since the last time I've been here. There's a cowboy hat guy.
Hispanic guy.
A car driving by right now. I'm not sure what's going on there, but here is the house. It's near the casino. Yep. It's like, here's the gate. One of the gates to get in. And then there's another one at the end.
He is.
Series of houses.
Yeah, everybody's calling him JLR 2.0, and he's great. I just don't know him yet, and I don't want to use his coverage without knowing it, but he's doing a fantastic job. Thank you, support with Steffa. What's up, Sandwich? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. So glad the Tot's sister has been taken to safety. Me too. Those kids should have already been taken out of custody. Yes, the Hispanic JLR.
Families might live here together or something. Solar panel.
Thank you.
Here's the cowboy guy talking to what is that? Oh, it's a photographer with a sun hat. It's not a cowboy. It's just a press guy.
Okay.
Press. So obviously I'm in the right place. This is the house where they lived. I mean, I guess it seems a little bit charming in the way that it's like a community home. I just feel sad that I hope he comes home. That's what I want to say. But if you guys are curious what's going on this afternoon here, these people are all talking. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm just not that kind of girl. I didn't even shower today, which is why I'm not showing my face. I just haven't had time yet. I've been busy doing other things. Like I dog baths and stuff. But you see, this guy's walking over.
So this is happening right now, guys, and there's lots of sleuths out there covering this in live. So this is all coming, and so many people are having conversations, and I just want to make sure that you're so caught up that when an arrest does come or when the baby's body is found, we're all on the same page, because that's where we're headed right now, guys. I got to tell you, those parents aren't the smartest in the bunch. They're not the sharpest tools in the shed, And the reason why is because look at that lady's eye. That is clearly not a black eye and from to that day. And they just keep lying and there's no crying and a whole bunch of other things, the past tense and the dogs, the cadaver dogs. And yeah, why was he special needs? He was born that way or what? He's 7 months old. Why even bring that up? And the reason he brought that up is because he probably was a late developer and that's why he was being abused. What's up, Daisy Duke? Good to see you. 369. We have 720 people in chat. If you can hit that like, that'd be great. All right, these are the people out there right now staking out the place. I think they're going to find that little boy real soon.
Like, what is this connecting to the valley? Probably, I don't know, Palm Springs or some sort of news station. Because Palm Springs isn't far from here. And there's the casino, and then there's the date shake shop, Hadley's. And there's a really good taco place. It's like called Coyote, the Wild Coyote. What's it called? Maybe somebody, if anybody watches this, can tell us what it's called. But here's the home. I'm not good at doing videos or anything, but I'm trying. I'm gonna get better. The poor little baby. I hope he comes home. I should look at the news. Maybe they've arrested the parents and that's why there's no activity going on here. What the heck is that? All right. I think I'm going to head back home and then...
All right, let's keep going. They're staking out to see what's happening with the people on the property and the house.
I can't tell, but we sure do have a front yard. Front yard full of nothing. The desert. It's like 101 degrees or 105 degrees. I have no idea, but it's pretty freaking hot out there. Yeah. Oh, look, it's this guy. There's another guy talking to him. A whole party of talking people, and I'm not talking to anybody but my phone. What's wrong with me?
This is the exact location where authorities overnight searched a property affiliated with Rebecca and Jake Haro.
And I want you to see this, and thank you to JLR. Shout out for getting right now. If I lived in that area, I'd certainly go out there as well. I know that area. I grew up down south. San Bernardino is it's a beautiful place. Lake Arrowhead, beautiful place. But in that area where they are, it's high desert. There's a lot of places that you can put a 7-month-old, and especially one that may be malnourished. We don't know how much he weighed, but look to the right. Look to the right at the dad holding that beautiful little angel and look at how tiny he is in comparison to that guy's hands. I mean, he can literally put his hands around that baby and hurt him so easily. And he's a piece of trash. He's already done that. Thank God they took the baby away. But yes, it's a vast area. It's high desert and they're staking it out because the word around YouTube streets is that they're going to be arrested real soon, guys. I'm on board with that. I'm on board. We're going to jump back to the father here in a minute when we're done because I really believe that he is the biggest culprit. And then the mom went along with him. I'm sure she was abused. Both children were abused by both of them. The whole situation is messed up and it's those two people's fault.
One of two properties they're involved with in Cabazon. This address here is on Ramona Street. It is the 50,000 block of Ramona Street. It's pretty much the dead end all the way on Ramona Street. And directly in back of them is I-10. And if you expand out, you could see like a casino to the left of their house in the back, right across the other side of I-10, and then some sort of dinosaur, world's biggest dinosaurs. So let me just show you the satellite view of this area.
Yeah, you guys, if you're not from here, and thank you for saying that, Misfit. California does take this really seriously. And I love when there's 777 people here. So that is a huge prayer for Emmanuel Haro, for his little body to be found very soon and lock these monsters up so that they don't flee. I don't want them to flee to Mexico or flee to somewhere where they have ties, because right now I think the police are watching them because there might be an escape route that these people are thinking. They've lawyered up, they've stopped cooperating, and that's all because of the inconsistencies that police. Yes, this is JLR right here, and this was 45 minutes ago. JLR streaming somebody else's stream that's on the scene.
And
look at that.
So you get in.
What I wanted you to see is that high desert area. That little baby. You know what they need to do? Let me tell you what they need to do, guys. I really hope that they have those, or at least they have that freaking piece of crap monster and his wife, that they have some kind of tracking on their phone. Because if you find out where these people were just days before, you're going to find that little boy's body. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so track these people and where they were in the days before, and you'll find where his body is. They have cadaver dogs. They're looking, but he may be closer than we think.
Understanding here. Now, this incident where they claim Emmanuel was kidnapped, Big 5 parking lot, Yucaipa. You could see it here. It's about 20 miles or so away to the east. They live, right? They live in Cabazon. So they traveled 20 miles to the west up here and did that claim. Whether the child was there or not, that's another story. Probably took I-10 going through Banning. As we previously discussed, Jake got arrested last year in June of 2024 for possession of firearm by the Banning Police Department. So it appears he frequents Banning a lot. And here it is. This is a satellite view of this area. And it's general, the fire.
All right, there it is, guys. Again, you can see where you can, and I can see why they have cadaver dogs, because anywhere here, if you get a drone and you look above that and you see some land that's disturbed, or maybe that looks like it's wet. Let's say Chad Daybell's yard. What they did in Chad Daybell's yard to find Tylee and JJ was they looked at an above view and they found a patch of dirt that looked interrupted. Like it shouldn't have been that way. All right. Now, that's a good question, Jamie. If anyone knows that area and when the trash goes out, that could be something too. But I think that these people, I know they erased their cameras and in my opinion, it's a hoax. They just need to see where these monsters were just days before or hours before. And that's where little Emmanuel's going to be at. The 10 is the main highway. And there you go. That's what they have to deal with.
5008 looks like multiple different homes here. It looks like a duplex. Could be multiple different residents there. But look directly behind their house. There is a lot of like land, vacant land, a lot of trees, shrubs, not much land between the back of their home and the interstate. One thing also too, interstate, probably hear a lot of sound. A lot of sound going through there. So if any screams or anything happen inside this area here, maybe people couldn't hear like other neighbors, because it appears they have other neighbors, but next door doesn't seem like anything. And then to the left of them, look at this gigantic field. It's just a gigantic dirt field. It's off of Main Street here. And I don't know what this is. Looks like some sort of junkyard or something.
And that's why they need to move full force. And the fact that they are staking them out to make sure that they don't take the body. Maybe they had the body in a freezer. Maybe they did something. We don't want them to be able to move with it, or we don't want them to be able to move. That is a lot of land. And if you know that area, it's like that. There's a lot of places where you can dig a hole. And it's like Las Vegas. When you go into Las Vegas and you look above it, it's just a lot of buildings. And then you go with a lot of patches of dirt. That's where they need to look. All right. Yeah. Cell phone evidence can never be erased. And that's a good thing. There's a machine knows sonar. All right. And the fact that they have cadaver dogs, that means something. That really does mean something. And they searched their home again last night. And they were taking out evidence, in my opinion.
Hoping authorities have searched this entire area around here, at least, in this vicinity. And they were also affiliated with that other address right by the outlets, Teos. They also have ties to that address too, but it seems like they're now concentrated over here. Look at the casino. Now let's spread this out. You see?
So we're looking at the back portion of this and where the body could be and what they're staking out. But you're right. We just went over that in the beginning. That black guy is anywhere between 10 and 14 days old, in my opinion. That is not from that day at all, not even a little bit.
This is what we're talking about in California.
This is the stakeout area,
now,
guys.
I'm going to take you to the road here.
All right.
Show you over here. Here it is.
Now, remember, police are out there. Police were there last night. Police went into the home again, and they're looking for evidence. They had cadaver dogs. That's what we're looking at right now with the house and the stakeout that's happening. All right. And I'm telling you right now, police are heavily looking at Jake and the mom, of course. But I think that it was perpetrated by Jake, and then both of them scripted this and faked it. They didn't even see the baby. I'm looking at an interview from days ago that said they did not see the baby anywhere at that football game, which would have meant what? Did they leave him in the car? When was the last time they saw him? Did something happen the night before, the day before? It wasn't the week before.
Here's what we're dealing with here. In here at the end of the road in the video you just saw, it's all centered around this location. It's all centered around.
I know.
These buildings here that they're affiliated with, right? And it goes to a dead end. Here's the dead end. In the video, you saw lots of vehicles at the end. Here's the field. Here's the dead end. There's the casino in the background. Saw it in the video.
Hey, Retha.
Here it is. There's fencing there. No fencing, it looks like. Well, yeah, there is fencing going around their property too, but it opens up there and got a big field interstate behind their home. This is what we got here. Let's look around a little bit more and continue to dig a little bit. You see this? All right. So maybe neighbors across the street have surveillance. Maybe not. This looks like some sort of...
They just need to keep an eye on that. And the only other children that I've read about was the baby that got taken away. There had to have been other family members, but for some reason, they're backing them up. All right. Hey, Jay, saludas. It's true that she was at the park with two of her kids and had a black eye. They did say that she already had a black eye. And other people are saying that this abuse is pretty typical. It's like, it's nothing new. And here's another thing. Had she been knocked out that day, someone made a good point. Many people made a good point. Many good points. If she had been just knocked out, right? Just flat knocked out. Why didn't she have any scrapes on her arms or any other injuries? Why weren't her clothes dirty, maybe ripped? All right. And why would you go in the day before and ask if there were cameras and then go back to that store and claim that? What's up, Nina Drew? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being on Turtle Island last night and shouting out and voting for Guilty of Crime. I appreciate you.
A duplex, maybe. But look over here. What's this? Cameras? Does that look like cameras? Unclear. Maybe they got cameras. Look at the mountains in the background. Maybe they don't.
That's pretty That's pretty high desert, man.
There's other locations, other homes nearby.
She said
wondering if they got surveillance that could help. Well, looks like maybe there's some surveillance there, maybe. You see any surveillance? No. Who knows? Maybe these maps are also outdated, years behind. Again, next door to them, big open field like we discussed. Field. Wonder if Emmanuel's in the field a little bit somewhere, or was Emmanuel taken to another location? Oh, look, this is looks like some sort of, I don't know, trailers in there. It looks like an old house here. Not sure if they got any surveillance there, but it just kind of gives you a look of the neighborhood that we're dealing with here to find this missing baby. Online sleuths are digging in, trying to find key locations that Jake and Rebecca are affiliated with, have frequent, hung out at. Doesn't seem like friends are backing them anymore. Family seems like they've distanced themselves. Originally, Jake's sister come out, and kind of defended Rebecca, but now she's since deleted that tweet and videos. And then you also have the mom, the grandma, And, she's admitting to KTLA and sharing that she failed or didn't want to take a polygraph test. She probably would fail it if she did. And Jake's.
Now, that's another thing, guys. I didn't even get to that. Yeah, thank you, JLR, for this footage where you grabbed it from. I don't know, but appreciate it. Now, listen. Yeah, Callie, she definitely didn't get knocked out. That's ridiculous. But here's the thing is these people from day one, everybody's saying that they didn't match up and nobody saw the baby. Yeah, and they asked them to take a lie detector. And right when that happened, Jake, the POS, said, nope, that's not happening. And they lawyered up and stopped talking. All right. Yeah, they all lived in the same house and lied. And you can see where they're staking out right now. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, Turtle Island's on again, guys. We got one more chance to make it on Turtle Island. I think on Thursday you guys can go vote. All right, let's take a look at this. I wanted to show you guys something else too, but this is where they're staking out. Oh, there's a camera, one camera on everything. First camera I've seen out there. Look at that. Right? One camera. They can
continue to look.
So if they can find cameras on this route, I did hear you, YouTube bad actors. Thank you so much. Thank you. I heard that. Appreciate it. All right. That's where the police and law enforcement need to go raid everybody's cameras and find out where these people went 24 hours before this. Because I'm telling you, it happened within, in my opinion, 24 hours before this. And he shouldn't have been out for 2023, but he was on freaking probation, and that didn't help either. All right? Didn't help at all that he was on probation. All right, there's some more cameras. Hopefully we're going to see something soon.
Let's continue to look. Camera.
There's 900 people in here, guys.
That business has cameras. More cameras.
That's
cameras.
Good.
See it?
That area, guys.
Cameras on the building going in. What do you think? What do you think? Think authorities did?
I think authorities
prime suspects in the disappearance.
All right, so right now they are the prime suspects, as I've told you on my thumbnail. Let me show you something that came out an hour ago. They are now looking heavily at the father, Jake. Father missing, has previous child abuse record show. Obviously, let's take a look at this. Let's talk about the abuse.
Baby that has garnered national attention. An organization announcing they are pulling their search teams and reward offer for information leading to the missing baby. This as investigators cast doubt on the mother's story. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez is live in Yucaipa with this major twist in this.
Yucaipa, and yes, they did see the mother on August 3rd with a black eye. Like I said, 10 to 14 days ago was when the black eye happened. In my opinion, we looked at black eyes and the different shades and the different days. Now let's look back to 24 hours before all this happened. There's almost 1,000 people in chat. I don't know how you guys got here, but I'm just glad you made it. Thank you. This happened 1 hour ago right here. Again, prime suspects are the parents, Jake, and what is this freaking mother of the year, Rebecca and Jake Haro. All right. Now, 7-month-old baby Emmanuel was 7 months old, 21 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, cross-eyed condition coming from the dad, possible developmental issues. Although I don't think that has anything to do or should have to do, except for it probably caused the parents discomfort, hence the beatings, hence the abuse, hence the piece of crap father probably not liking the developmental issues and then blabbing it out to the media. They have not found him yet, but they are looking closely at the area. And thank you, Dragon Lady. Don't forget to thumbs up it. All right, this came out an hour ago. They are looking at the prime suspects, mother and father, Rebecca and Jake, particularly Jake.
Case, Leticia.
But both. Right.
Well, as you can imagine, there's still a lot more questions and answers at this point, and that comes especially after the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department tell us that the parents of Emmanuel Haro stopped cooperating with their investigation. That lack of cooperation also ended the search efforts by the Uvalde Kids Foundation, which had offered a $5,000 reward, saying that those inconsistencies and the fact that the parents are no longer cooperating has them questioning what is going on in this case. In the meantime, the Sheriff's Department tells us they are continuing to search for that 7-month-old baby. It's been 4 days since 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro was reported missing by his mother. Over the weekend, detectives searched his family's Cabazon home with canine units. This morning, that house was quiet, deserted. But outside, cars slowed down. Neighbors stopped by, hoping for answers.
It broke my heart. So I have my little baby, and I love her so much, and I can't even imagine like losing my child or anything happening to them.
It's just shocking. I want that baby found.
It all started Thursday evening when Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca.
All right, so we're going to take a look at this pathetic piece of woman that's not even just a bad momster, right? Look at the and I did look for DD to examine this case. He hasn't done that yet, but take a look at that black eye, folks. That black eye, just from looking at it from the left side, you can clearly see that it's an old black eye. All right, those detectives won't let up, and they better not. And that baby looks uncomfortable and scared at everything. Every picture that I've seen, I'm so mad. All right, let's look at how the inconsistencies, and this is just an hour ago.
Haro said she was attacked while changing her son's diaper in a Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola,"
and again, she knows that this area is predominantly, or I should say, there's a lot of Hispanics in that area. So she goes to say, I turned around and she said, "Hola." She didn't even say it right. And then now she's fake crying. There's no cry. There's no tears, guys. That black eye did not happen from hours or an hour or minutes before. No way you're ever going to convince me. And please realize that. Let me just start real back so you can listen and see that look at that black eye there. Look at how it's going away and look at how she talks. Look at her. She has fear for herself, but there's not tears.
And so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember.
But on Saturday, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department said the story Haro told detectives had inconsistencies. And when confronted about it, she ended the interview. They also said they can't rule out.
All right, so it looks like she's walking there with another little toddler. Maybe that's her 2-year-old. That's probably her 2-year-old. But look at this bish. Nothing happened to her. There's no scrapes. Look at my mouse. You see my arrow? Nothing. There's no bruises. There's no scratches. There's no scrapes. This was the interview clothes that she had on, and she walked away. She didn't like that they said they didn't believe her, and so they lawyered up. Nothing's wrong with her, there's something wrong with her, but not from that incident.
Foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. A day earlier, she made this emotional plea to Eyewitness News.
Just give him back to me again, please. Don't harm my son.
Since then, there's been silence from Rebecca and her husband, Jacob, who, according to Riverside County records, pled guilty to willful cruelty to a child following a 2018 arrest. On Sunday night, the community gathered in the parking lot of Big 5 for a candlelight vigil to pray for Emmanuel's safe return and for answers.
They'll find out, and it'll be soon, I'm sure, and everybody will have their answer, and we're hoping that it's not what we all assume, but we have to wait.
Now the couple has retained their own attorneys. I spoke with Jake Haro's attorney earlier today, and he tells me that his client does intend to make a statement. He does want to clear the air about his 2018 conviction for child abuse.
So do you guys think that he's going to clear the air, or do you think that he's going to be arrested before he's able? I think he's lying. There's no air clearing. I think that they both they did a hoax. It didn't work in the way they thought it was. And there we are looking for little Emmanuel's body. All right. This is not something that can be ruled out as not being foul play. And I wanted you guys to see the original post, but I mean, you guys probably already saw them originally. I'm gonna put it just in case you haven't. The very original interview where they say they can't rule out foul play, only because this is what started the whole thing. I'm gonna show this and then we'll go. I'm not gonna show the whole thing. I'm gonna show you them and their lies and why police are looking at them.
Safe return.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
All right, so this is them pretending to cry. I just want my baby. They got their flyer. Again, bad acting. Nobody's crying. This guy's not crying, that's for sure. And that black guy just doesn't match. All right, let's look at them. They're fake cries. They're fake pleads.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Where is 7-month-old Emmanuel? His parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, say someone kidnapped their baby outside this Big 5 in Yucaipa after assaulting Rebecca Haro and knocking her out cold.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said hola, and I didn't see nothing since.
So what she's saying, guys, is that she remembers everything that happened up until that point. She remembers everything that happened after that point, but she doesn't remember what happened as the baby was being abducted. What she's saying is a huge lie, and everybody knows that, in my opinion. You're telling me that somebody knocked you out so hard that you can't remember what happened before? You remember changing the baby, and then you woke up and your life fast forwarded 15 minutes later, baby was gone, people are around. BS. Remember, she got knocked the fuck out. What is this, Friday? No, that didn't happen, guys. That didn't happen. There was no blood, no scrapes, no videos, no nothing that corroborate that fake story. And you're absolutely justice for baby Emmanuel. You got it. We're looking for a body here, in my opinion, folks. All right? Fake, fake, fake.
I woke up right here on the floor.
You do believe that she woke up right there on the floor where she just pointed? Do you think that happened? She got on the floor. Someone hit her so hard that she forgot what happened before, or she knows what happened before. She knows what happened after, but nah, guys, nah. Just remember that perpetrators will do that. They'll tell you everything that happened before, everything that happened after, but they can't remember what happened during. Doesn't make sense.
I didn't see Emmanuel.
Haro said she was.
Watch, right there. She's right there on the floor laying down. She don't remember anything. Look at that.
And I didn't see Emmanuel.
Haro says she was parked in front of the store about to change her son's diaper when someone came up behind and assaulted her. She claims she was struck in the face but wasn't able to get a look at who did it before they took off with her son.
Yep.
But investigators say there are inconsistencies with Haro's initial statement, and because of that, they cannot rule out foul play.
They're not going to hurt that baby. That couple were just homebodies.
The baby's grandmother is adamant
Look
the
at the
couple
dad
is innocent.
crying.
She says Emmanuel is her daughter's pride and joy, and that she waited years to have a baby boy of her own. The grandmother also says investigators asked her daughter to take a lie detector test, but her husband said no until they had a lawyer.
She's just going crazy. She can't handle it anymore.
She says her daughter is receiving death threats, and her 2-year.
And that's where their excuse, guys. They're using the potato head Soto excuse. That listen, Jen Soto said that she couldn't go to the vigil, she couldn't go to the funeral, she couldn't do any of that. Now, I'm saying the other funerals, all right? She couldn't go to any of that because she was receiving death threats, and that's what these people are using, in my opinion. Jay, is it true that baby and mom were just found dead submerged in water? That was not these ones. You're talking about somebody else. You got to be talking about somebody else in California that I posted. Now, as far as them, I'm not sure who you're referring to, but go take a look at my page. Carrie, let me play this and I'll look at it's a different case, my love. It's a different case. I posted that on my page, but it has nothing to do. And why would you be blocked, Support with Steffa? I don't block people for no reason. If you get blocked, you know you got blocked. But no, I don't go around blocking people. All right. Yeah, whoever it was spoke Spanish. Why had they know? Couple did this before and found the baby dead in the attic, and parents did it and hid the baby. All right. Yeah, just like Jen Soto, you forgot everything before and everything after, but you can't remember what happened to your baby. When you hire a lawyer, you obviously have something to hide. Now, you're good, Carrie. No worries. No worries at all.
Year-old has been removed from the home as the search for baby Emmanuel goes on 48 hours after his mother claims someone ran off with him.
Bullshit.
And we have learned tonight that the baby's father does have a criminal record, and the grandmother told us that investigators were out at the couple's home in Cabazon searching the home with cadaver dogs and also digging up parts of the property. We tried to reach out to San Bernardino County investigators for any information on that, but they aren't taking any more questions today. Meantime, they are asking anyone with any information about this case, anyone with any information on the whereabouts of baby Emmanuel, to give them a call. And you can do it anonymously by calling 1-800-78-CRIME. Karina Court will send.
All right, guys, you guys are awesome here. I hope that you guys continue. The parents are not searching. The parents are not doing anything. The parents are hiding. They've lawyered up, but they are being watched, guys. They are being staked out. And I'm going to show you one more clip just so you guys get a really good idea of police confronting this Beezy with a fake story. All right, and this was 2 hours ago, and then I'm going to let you guys.
Days after Rebecca Haro.
I'm going to let you guys keep updating me on what happened, because I, of course, will continue to cover this case as long as I can. Everything about this smells a hoax, except for it's another hoax gone deadly. Now, this is an update an hour ago. Please, inconsistencies. All right. These people know what the 10-week-old daughter did. These people know what he did to the 10-week-old daughter. I'm not sure what you're referring to. There's a lot of speculation out there. But just think of Jen Soto 2.0 in this case. And then tomorrow, guys, since I have 1,053 people here, you guys are not going to want to miss tomorrow's live. So if you're in here today, if you're one of the 1,000, almost 1,100 people in chat, come back tomorrow at 4 p.m. I will get you with breaking news if this baby is found. But tomorrow I am answering your questions from Christopher Stearns that you guys asked last Friday, and I have some information that you might not want to hear about Jennifer Soto. Okay, so you guys don't shoot the messenger, but tomorrow I got information on Jennifer Soto, questions answered from Chris Stearns, and whoever, Ashton, you're one of our lucky people that got their questions answered. But tomorrow it's going to be wild. All right, it's going to be wild. You agree? I call bullshit. All right, let's finish this up.
Reported her 7-month-old son's kidnapping in a California parking lot August 14th. Investigators announced they cannot rule out foul play following, quote, inconsistencies found in Rebecca's testimony.
Look at that eye,
According
man.
to an August 16th press release, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says deputies in Yucaipa were dispatched to a retail business after Rebecca Haro reported that while she stood outside her vehicle changing her child's diaper, she was physically assaulted by an unknown male and rendered unconscious. When she awoke, her 7-month-old infant, Emmanuel.
Now remember, you guys are just the awesome sleuths, the social media, YouTube sleuths. Mom doesn't have a not fairy godmother. She doesn't have a scratch. She doesn't have a scrape, and she doesn't have a current bruise. All right. Let's finish this up. I love you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your community.
Emmanuel Haro was gone. Despite deputies and canine units being dispatched to the county, along with the neighboring Riverside County, authorities confirmed that Emmanuel hasn't been found. Due to the circumstances surrounding the baby's disappearance, the Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division took over the case. The statement explains investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the.
And think about it real quick on your way out. That woman, Rebecca, she's a chunkier girl. She's got some weight on her, guys. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. There's no way that woman didn't hit that ground hard and got a knot, a scrape, a cut, a bruise, ripped pants, ripped shirt. I'm not buying it. All right. We're looking for a 7-month-old body right now. And we need to continue to follow this and put that love for the community and help them find that little boy. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you. Yeah, he is a big guy too. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. You say, how did I not know about this channel? So glad I found this community. I don't know, CN red flags, but you did now. Thank you. Thank you. That's a compliment.
Interview. Authorities affirmed their dedication to finding the baby, while also emphasizing, at this point in the investigation, investigators are unable to rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. According to local affiliate NBC4, the sheriff's department visited the Haro family's house on August 17th amid their ongoing investigation.
They better be.
Rebecca previously gave her account of the incident to NBC4, while noticeable bruising could be seen around her eye.
I noticed a smell for my baby, so I wanted to change it before I walked into the store.
Liar.
I took him out of the car seat and I laid him on the chair.
Yep.
And I had his diapers right here. And then someone said, hola.
Nope.
And I couldn't even turn, and that was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
Her husband, Jake, also spoke with the outlet.
A little lazy eye. What's the only thing that's distinctive about him, that he has no birthmarks.
Now, that's a good assumption. Some of you guys say, do you think that the lazy eye was from her being abused while she was pregnant and possibly him coming out with developmental delays, or, it could have hit her so hard that something happened to his eye? Who cares about that? Why even say something like that? I just don't understand. I don't see it. I don't understand. And I hope these people get arrested. Just take them in, ask questions later, man.
Beautiful, healthy baby boy, 7-month-old baby boy.
E! News has reached out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department and Haro's attorney for comment and has not yet heard back.
Right? Shaken baby syndrome, right? All right, so listen, we weren't born yesterday, guys, so we know what's going down. I love you guys. We've been here for an hour and 35 minutes, and boy, does time fly. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, guys. Oh, my God, Deception Detective's here. You heard us calling. Listen, DD, we need you on this case. Everybody's asking, where's Deception Detective on this case? So hopefully you can give us some, take a look at those clips the mom and dad did and let us know your thoughts, all right? Everybody says, hi, Deception Detective, and we love you. You're one of our favorite people on this channel. This case is giving deja vu. And yes, you're the first person I looked for when this case happened. And today I looked again, and I keep looking for you and your input. Please give us your input. It's very valued, and we love you, and we'll see you soon, my guy. Thank you. All right, guys, hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends and community. Emmanuel Haro, 7-month-old, Yucaipa, California, still missing, and we're going to keep covering it. Yeah. Say shout out. Thank you. Shout out to DD. Go get it. Go analyze that and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?